What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Over the last couple of days we've been covering videos on individuals who somehow seem to be involved with some level of corruption when it comes to Call of Duty Warzone and the content that they're putting out. So we've already spoken about FaZe, Swagg, and we've already spoken about jgod. Today's video we're going to be talking about TIMTHETATMAN. A lot of you guys will remember moments where he spoke out about the whitelist not existing, and if it did, well, he wasn't on it anyway. But then it all come to light that these top level content creators all seem to be on the whitelist. That should include TIMTHETATMAN as well, right? And how he also puts out the similar content of spectating people within the game and so on, and somehow still fits this narrative that there is no whitelist and that we're all tinfoil hat wearers and so on. So if you do enjoy the video today, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. It's the best place for you guys to contact me about any streamers, no matter how big or small, if you believe they are cheating. Right, let's crack on with the video. Now, this is similar to what we mentioned in the past about Swagg and jgod over the last two videos we put out in relation to the corruption in the industry. These guys seem to do the same content as we've mentioned. Spectating content on YouTube at the moment seems to be pretty big. Swagg done it on his more swag, jgod does it on his main, and it looks like TIMTHETATMAN does it on his main as well. I spectated a brand new player. I spectated solos but one. I spectated two hackers. I spectated solos and so on, right? So we're going to get into a little bit of that now. And this is going to show the narrative that's being set, as we mentioned in Swagg's videos as well, where he's spectating hackers. But also, I'm going to point something out about him spectating solos in this as well. Let's get into it. So the title of this video is I spectated two hackers and asked them if Ricochet is working. So what we're going to do, we're going to show you the fact that he's actually spectating cheaters who are on extremely low accounts. And then we're going to see what's actually said in the conversation at the end. I can guarantee now that it actually says that Ricochet is working. Because if that's the case, then this content has been put out with the purpose of TIMTHETATMAN letting his 4.4 million subscribers know that Ricochet is working in Warzone. But for any Warzone players out there, you'll understand the amount of cheaters still in the game and that Ricochet isn't really doing much about it.
Hear me? Can you and your boy hear me? Decor? Yeah, y'all can hear me, right, Pants? Yeah, you okay. All right. I guess my question is, yeah, he knows. Okay, that's good. I guess I actually have a genuine question for you. Is it harder with Ricochet right now to cheat, or is it kind of the same kind of level? Like y'all can just make a new account kind of vibes, or is it like another step in the process? I guess that's my question to you. I haven't really talked to a cheater since Ricochet. So it's still easy, chat? How is it? Swanky, is it easy to be cheating even with Ricochet? Yes or no? I'm gonna remember my question to you now. Hey, hey, Decor, you're fucking ass, bro. I want you to know that. I think he said. I had to ask a yes or no question. Well, at least it's. I mean, at least it. Okay. At least it seems harder. I think he said it was hard. Okay, let me do this one more time. They're dead. Yo, is this the FBGG guys? Dude, these guys are gonna lose, bro. Everyone spam Omega Wall. I think I can't remember exactly how I worded it. I asked too many questions. I think he said it was harder, right?
So as you can see from that, he's asking questions about Ricochet anti-cheat, and the guy within the game is claiming that Ricochet anti-cheat is causing problems, claiming that it's actually harder to cheat in the game now because of Ricochet anti-cheat. There may well be some truth behind that, but it's still not stopping these guys from creating new accounts, cleaning their hardware ID with spoofers and getting back into the game. It might take them an extra couple of minutes to get the process done when they get banned to make a new account and get back into the game, but they're still able to do it. So is this to try and fit a narrative? Spectating two hackers and asked if Ricochet is working. That's from TIMTHETATMAN. Now this is the next point that I wanted to talk about. Having multiple accounts as a streamer is definitely something that people question. Why would you have multiple accounts? TIMTHETATMAN does content where he spectates solos. You have to ask yourself, are these guys using new accounts for content purposes to put out bombs, 20 bombs, 30 bombs and so on? It's a possibility, but also it shows a level of reverse boosting. If you don't know about reverse boosting, it's been going on for as far back as I can remember, and it's a way in which you tank your stats on your account to get into easier lobbies. It breaks the skill-based matchmaking. And this right here, spectating solos, the way in which they do it, they go into the game, they kill themselves, they die in the gulag. That is your player, your account, taking 2 deaths per game every time you spectate solos. Now you got to ask yourself, how many times do they happen to do this before they get something video worthy for their content? Is this being done by people on their main accounts? And if so, how are they able to maintain such high level KDs? But right here I'm saying for content purposes, they are reverse boosting. So that is another way to look at it. This guy right here with another account, reverse boosting, going into games. And in them games, he's spectating low level solo games. He's spectating low tier players. He's talking about spectating biggest campers and so on. Now, although this is the complete opposite of what we have actually seen by Swagg and jgod, where they spectate the higher tier players, this right here is a form of reverse boosting. Is TIMTHETATMAN using multiple accounts? If so, how many has he got? Which one's his main account? These are all questions that do need to be asked. However, at this point, does TIMTHETATMAN enter into any tournaments? Does he do anything other than content creation and live streams? Even so, is he using these accounts to reverse boost his main account into lobbies as well? Does he play solo duos, duo trios, trio quads? If so, then the other member that isn't in that squad could quite well be one of his accounts that he's tanked massively by using this as an excuse by spectating solos for content. As you get further down the list, you start to see the same sort of behaviours that was on more Swagg and jgod's channel. I spectated the highest KD player I had ever seen and invited them to play with a 7.84 KD. He obviously hasn't looked on Facebook Gaming. There's a load of Facebook streamers who claim to have legitimate higher KDs than that. But again, it's about putting out things that fit a narrative. This is what a bot looks like. This is what a high level player looks like. This is what a hacker looks like. And within the hacker footage, he is asking questions about the anti-cheat to get the answers that fit the narrative that the anti-cheat is working. So I hope you guys are seeing the pattern here, and this isn't going to be the last one we do like this, guys, because we've got plenty of other top level content creators who seem to be putting out the exact same type of content, and we'll be covering them all one at a time. That's not just it for TIMTHETATMAN. TIMTHETATMAN was highly involved in the talks surrounding the whitelist, and we're going to show you some clips from an older video that we put out where he claimed the whitelist did not exist. So this video here is from TIMTHETATMAN 2, that's his second channel. It's called TIMTHETATMAN Responds to Having Easier Warzone Lobbies and Being Whitelisted. We covered parts of this in a video in the past where we were talking about the whitelist and how it had now been exposed as actually being a thing. And TIMTHETATMAN in this video denies any knowledge of said whitelist. But there is so much more within this video that I actually want to cover, where he actually talks about skill-based matchmaking being breached, as well as other reverse boosting tactics and so on. But what I want to point out before we actually look into this is the date of the video is the 8th of January 2021. So this is well over a year ago, and this was at a point in time that we were getting called tinfoil hat wearers for claiming the whitelist existed. And for any other questions we asked about them getting easier lobbies, they spun it off as if we were all a laughing matter and that they get hard lobbies, even though you could start to check around that time through different apps what type of lobbies these streamers were getting. Let's play some of this through for you now, and you'll get to understand the exact narrative that was being put out at the time by TIMTHETATMAN.
25 from Slim. Hey, Big Sexy. Any thoughts on Drifter's tweet from the past couple of days where it appears that some people are intentionally manipulating SBMM settings in Warzone to give them bot lobbies at a higher rate than it would statistically be likely? You can manipulate your lobbies. I mean, I'm down. Why is that bad? So wait, what's the problem with that? They just don't want to play an SBMM? I don't understand. I mean, I guess the problem would be in a tournament setting, right? That could be an issue. Well, who are they saying is doing that?
So as you can see there, the narrative is already set. This was on the 8th of January 2021. And TIMTHETATMAN is acting shocked by the fact that people are saying this first and foremost. But then even after talking about it, it's like he's come to the conclusion in his head that it would be okay as long as it's not being used in tournaments. Now, if you remember rightly, when we actually exposed the fact that VPNs were being used to break skill-based matchmaking, there was silence for a couple of days, and then afterwards, the narrative that was put out is that it is okay to use, it's not a form of cheating unless you're in a tournament. So is this video right here the one they went back and found and decided to go with, due to the fact that TIMTHETATMAN had already claimed that it was okay to use as long as it's not in a tournament? But then after saying that, listen to how he reacts when somebody in the chat says that they're accusing him of doing this exact thing.
Who are they saying is doing it, bro? They say I'm doing it? Oh, that's a cat. What? People are saying that I'm reverse boosting and that you guys think I know how to set up a separate router to get bot lobbies? Come on.
So we went from not really understanding how these people can breach the skill-based matchmaking to then calling it reverse boosting and then claiming about setting up a second router. Let's be honest, that shows that he knows a little bit more than what he's letting on. Although he's playing dumb at this point, let's be honest, a guy who has made millions of dollars from streaming and being an online presence over the years, do you really think he doesn't have the intellect to understand how internet things are done? Let's be honest now, guys. Playing dumb is great for the younger community. It allows your young viewers to sort of get on board with what you're talking about. Playing dumb is a big thing that a lot of streamers do. And it's proven here that TIMTHETATMAN was playing dumb and not actually being dumb. Let's continue on and see what he has to say.
God. Oh my God, bro. I barely know how to plug my internet in. Are you kidding me? Oh, dude. Hey man, I did see, bro. I saw this one thing on TikTok and it grinded my gears. And I was like, am I gonna duet this and yell at this person? But I decided not to. And it's this, people are saying that streamers are whitelisted and that we get easier lobbies. Meanwhile, I got 17 helicopters flying over me, right? I got TTV sweat.ttv just teabagging me, just yeah, Tim, how you like that, baby? Yeah, bro, my lobbies are mad easy, right? Oh, bro, it really, but the thing is, I thought about it more and I was like, it's bait. It's got to be bait. It has to be. Someone should, and it almost worked, bro. It almost worked on me because I almost duetted it and I was on TikTok and I was almost like, bro, you kidding me? I almost did it, but it was bait and I felt it. It was like, whoa. But no, I haven't heard anything about this manipulating the SBMM with a router. I don't even know what that is. Where do I buy one?
So you can clearly see there he denies any knowledge of the whitelist back on January 8th, 2021, whilst denying any knowledge of how to breach the skill-based matchmaking using a router. These are all things that weren't common knowledge back then. So imagine these guys have been up to no good using all of these little tactics to build their audience up because they're putting out the high tier gameplay whilst using all sorts of different tactics that really are cheating in the game. And then it comes to light that these things have been exposed by Drifter with the router situation using netduma, as well as us now knowing about the use of specific VPNs which are designed specifically to breach the skill-based matchmaking in Warzone. How long have these multi-millionaire top-level content creators known about this for? And the way in which TIMTHETATMAN over a year ago on January the 8th, 2021 tried to play dumb to all of these things shows more about him now on this day because of what we know than what it did back then. To him back then, he was just playing dumb, acting like he normally would on stream. But now we know that all of these top content creators are in fact whitelisted, and now we know what the whitelist is. And we know there is probably more to the whitelist than what we're being told. And let's not forget the fact that TIMTHETATMAN talks about reverse boosting in this video here. And we've clearly seen him on his main channel, spectating solos in low KD lobbies, using brand new accounts for that, tanking his stats on whatever accounts he's using by spectating solos.
20 here, wait, here, I'm confused though. You guys are saying a router. So what, let me see if I can actually think about what this would do. If you swap with that router, can you like swap your location or something like that? And are they connecting to servers that are like, everyone talks about like Hawaii servers or whatever that is. Okay, so that's what people do. So you don't lag if you do that. Your latency's fine. So why would you buy a router and why would you not just VPN? Am I stupid or am I smart?
Has he just accidentally exposed something at that point in time that he shouldn't have said? Because right there, he's acting dumb. Oh, am I smart? You know, giving it the big man. He's talking about what does it do? After playing dumb and not understanding it, he pretty much narrowed it down perfectly to what it was doing with the router to give these guys easier lobbies. But then he talks about the use of VPN. And this was long before anybody had ever heard of using a specific VPN which is designed to break the skill-based matchmaking. So does this show that TIMTHETATMAN at that point knew about it? Almost as if he's toying with his community because at that point nobody really knew about it. It does seem strange that over a year ago, on January 8th, 2021, TIMTHETATMAN's talking about these things. All the things he's talking about not knowing or understanding come to light that a lot of these guys were using. And then he's talking about VPN before anybody had ever actually heard of a VPN breaching the skill-based matchmaking in Warzone.
Hey man, I wish I could comment more on it, Slim. I haven't heard anything about it. The only thing I heard was that streamers are whitelisted for easier lobbies, which is the biggest cap I've ever heard in my life, bro. We get easier lobbies, bro. I literally have a guy streaming himself, stream sniping, cheating, but I have easier lobbies. Got it, right? This guy's been live every day, cheating blatantly, trying to stream snipe me and ruin my games, but I'm the one with the easier lobbies, right? Got you, man.
So he's talking about it there as if it's done. The easier lobbies, the whitelist, again mentioning that he is not on that whitelist. But he started to talk about something here which led to something in the future after this video. He's talking about being stream sniped by somebody who is cheating. I believe at that point that was actually Jerome22, and as many of you know about TIMTHETATMAN, he ended up recruiting Jerome22 to be a friendly rather than an enemy, because imagine you're live streaming on a daily basis, getting stream sniped by a rage hacker. The best thing to do is become their friend. That way they stop attacking you and you can continue to put out the content you need. So I understand it from that point of view. But that went on from there. If you remember the situation where TIMTHETATMAN, Cloaksy and zlaner came up against DJ CeeLo in a game of Warzone, and zlaner actually called in Jerome22. TIMTHETATMAN knew he was in the game, zlaner knew he was in the game, and so did Cloaksy. And these guys were running around that map knowing full well they had a cheater following them and protecting them, which again is teaming and again teaming with a cheater in the game knowingly. And right now he makes his official statement about the Warzone whitelist as well as the skill-based matchmaking. Let's listen to this part.
Hey, listen, man, I'll make something here's my official statement about how some of these big streamers are getting whitelisted, or even apparently you can make your SBMM fake or whatever with a router. Here's my official statement on it. All right. I got big tits. All right, let's move on.
Again, completely and utterly shutting down the conversation of skill-based matchmaking being breached and the fact that there was a whitelist at the time. Of course, there was a whitelist. Huskers has spoken about it. jgod's spoken about it. Modern Warzone's spoken about it. But this all came after we were all called tinfoil hatters for even mentioning the fact that there was a protected list of streamers which was called the whitelist. But this is TIMTHETATMAN, one of the biggest names in the industry at this moment in time. And back then, on January the 8th, 2021, he was denying all knowledge of these things. Well, there we have it, guys. Although TIMTHETATMAN didn't go running to individual streamers' defences like jgod did, he still puts out the spectating footage. He still does that as a content purpose. He has been seen in the past using camos he shouldn't have on weapons whilst levelling them up in the game. Has he been using alt accounts and multiple accounts as well? Has he been doing this reverse boost tactic that people are doing to actually get their KDs down and get easier lobbies by spectating solos? Has TIMTHETATMAN been involved in the corruption by telling lies about the whitelist from the very beginning? Well, I'll leave that for you guys to decide, but it's all pretty clear to me right there that TIMTHETATMAN was once again not talking about something. Maybe it's down to the fact that people above at Activision or their management team or their agents are telling them they are not allowed to talk about it at that point. Because at this moment, we've got 3 people who between them have millions and millions of followers. And they're fitting the narrative, it would appear. If you did enjoy the video, guys, be sure to hit that thumbs up if you're new. Subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any future videos. If you want to support the channel further, you can hit that blue join button today and become a member of the Triple B fam. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!